How are the injured guys doing? We saw Kendrick putting up some shots and Malik doing some pick and roll with DJ.
Yeah, they're making progress. Still day to day. Won't really know for sure until we get closer to open night if they're available. But doing some on-court work. Yes.
Was Wayne out?
Wayne did form shooting only. The other guys moved around more.
Frank, not necessarily tied to the upcoming game, but just coaching LeBron James. He's won a championship while you've been on the sidelines. It seems as the season goes on, there's some record that he's breaking on a weekly basis. Do you notice that, and do you ever acknowledge that with them? And do you have anyone like on your staff that like keeps track of these things, like as he notches off 30,000 points, whatever it may be?
Yeah, not in an official capacity. Our PR team more than anyone will just kind of let us know, like, hey, he's going to pass this person, with this many points or rebounds or whatever. In social media, you see it on there sometimes. So nothing in official capacity, but when it happens, you congratulate him on it, and but it's really, he's very in the moment, more than thinking about those big picture things. I think it's more of a reflect after the fact type of thing, and when you cross those milestones, you feel good about it, but you either won a game last night or lost a game, and what's the next step in our process, practice tomorrow, those types of things. He really stays in the moment a lot.
When you coached against Noah over the years, what do you think was like the most difficult move that was being prepared against?
I actually thought, like, as good as he was in the post, like his pin down, and an ability to score off the pin downs, you had to chase over and force him inside because of his rising ability. The quick trigger, quick release, catch and shoot threes, that he would get off. A lot of times our guys in Indiana, we'd get there, but by the time it touches his hand, it's gone. So you really had to arrive on the catch, which is something that is still with him today. And as you see in these preseason games, to have that type of size and a quick release and proficiency at the 3-point line, that's probably the other thing.
Frank, we've got guys like LeBron and Russ who are capable of throwing these incredibly difficult passes. There's probably just some built-in turnovers that come from players who see the court that way. Is that something you just kind of have to live with, like some of those turnovers? I know perfect court, right? The zero, but realistically, that's not possible. Kind of like, what's your?
Did you say Russ, LeBron, and Rondo?
Rondo.
Did you say that too?
Wow, nice sneaky.
So there's obviously an enormous level of creativity with those guys. They're exceptional with their vision and their ability to deliver the ball. There definitely is an element of it's going to come with some turnovers, but we just don't want to be careless. You know what I mean? Like we want to have a value the ball, value the possession mindset. That we're pushing those guys to do. It got really out of control in the first half last night to the point where we talked about there's new pieces and new teammates, and then there's just being careless. And we were just being careless, and we did a lot better job in the second half protecting the basketball, and that's going to be the mindset going forward. That hopefully that carelessness stays in the preseason, and but there is an element of you have to get the passing, and the assists. You have to live with some of that.
Just going to go to the pass outs on the side of Frost on one side, Russ.
A lot of conversations. Both with the coaching staff, the front office, and with our captains, and see what everybody's feeling about it. Obviously, there are two really good, more than two really good situations for how we build our starting lineup. We feel good about all of them. It's just where we're going to land on, and we don't want to be in a situation where we're changing too often. So hopefully we can have success with whichever way we choose to begin with. And stick with that.
So excited when you started on Tuesday night?
we've got a good idea, but we won't release that until Tuesday night, obviously.
30 minutes before tip, or are you gonna tell us something?
Probably 30 minutes.
Frank, a little bit of ignorance on my part here, but AD's been talking about how in film you guys review the element of randomness and how that can lead to plays for you guys. I was curious for context on that. Is he talking about in transition? Is he talking about in general offense? What does he mean by that?
Yeah, just how we're flowing into our offense. This year we're encouraging more randomness, more cutting. Just to keep your defense off guard, less predictability. Obviously, sometimes that can create some uncertainty on our own part. But that's, for instance, that's what practice was about today. Like there was no defense. We were 5-on-0 scripting, going through different actions with the terminology that we put in. That is different than what we've done in the past. Just asking guys to make reads off of each other. As A happens, B's got to happen. B happens, C's got to happen. And just trying to teach them intelligent movement through randomness. Something we are preaching this year.
Is that more feasible because of the experience of your roster?
Yeah, I think, the experience, the IQ, I think, allows that, but it really is just, the last couple of years we've been very post-ISO heavy, and we will be some, this year because of the weapons that we have. But I think you're seeing throughout the league that a lot of more space and randomness, is difficult to guard, and, we're just trying to tap into that some.
What's sort of the roadmap from today till Tuesday in terms of practice, stuff like how do you kind of
Off tomorrow, practice Sunday, Monday, and we'll probably get a Staples walkthrough afternoon of Tuesday game.
What about intensity level on Sunday, Monday?
Heavy on Sunday, lighter on Monday.
Harrison, do you have a question?
Yes, I do. Frank, you mentioned the cutting a second ago. It seemed like Russ was really actively trying to do that while he was on the floor with LeBron last night. Is that something that specifically you can really help those two fit together more so than even the rest of the roster?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily more so than the rest. We just want to clear the elbows, as much as we can. And if that means Russ or Rondo up there, great. If that means Melo or Malik or Keenan or somebody like that is up there, that's them too. We want to give our playmakers as much space as we can, and just emphasizing the movement of those cuts and then the reshapes out of those. Is something we're trying to get with all our guys.
You guys land Joel at Hawaii.
Yes.
What are you kind of looking for that for your two-way spot? You guys think that's going to resolve it quickly, or
we're going to give it some time. I don't know exactly how much. We're going to continue to evaluate what's out there, but we're not moving on it today. And we're hopeful that Joel rejoins us with SBL. He clears waivers. Same with those other guys, and so we're just really looking for probably the best player. Ideal situation, you get a big and a small, but it's not necessarily. We want to get the best players that we can. Guys that can fill in and help us if we have injuries.
Good.
Thank you. Thanks, Rick.